Hey, my Liptons. So I want to talk about for this video because I did discuss it in my previous video. I want to talk about Jodha Akbar, the show, because I know I've briefly talked about the show. I briefly talked about the movie on my channel, but I didn't give it a full rundown because there's a specific episode that I want to discuss because it had me shook. It had me shook then, and it still has me shook now. So I want to talk about it. I want to get into it. So, if you guys don't know, Jodha Akbar, initially it was a movie. So it came out in what 2008, I believe, 2008, 2009, with Hrithik Roshan and Aishwarya Rai. Hrithik was Jalal and Aishwarya Rai was Jodha. It was based on a Mughal emperor and a Hindu princess at the time, but married and became a queen when she married Jalal. So they ended up doing a show based on that movie, and this is the show version of it. So actually I want to talk about one specific episode in the show because let me say I got something. If I talk about the whole rundown of Jodha Akbar, we will literally be here for like 3 hours. Okay, so let me just talk about the show, the this one particular episode. So I want to specifically talk about episode 210. Okay, episode 210 of Jodha Akbar, because that episode really, like, I would be watching the show on the Z5 app, and it's just, it has me completely shook. It has me completely shook. So, obviously, this is Jalal right here, and this is Jodha. So, Jalal is a Mughal, you know, Muslim emperor, and Jodha at the time was a Hindu, a Hindu princess from Ahmed, and he's from Agra. So they hated each other in the beginning. They did not like each other. Like, she hated him because she felt like he was just a cruel person, like he was heartless, which he was. Jalal was definitely heartless um in the show. Um and Jalal hated her because Jalal's egotistical. He just married her to get revenge on her. So it was like a whole thing. But she never wanted to marry him though. It's just her father got made a political alliance with Jalal to marry her because at that time, particularly, the Mughal Empire was very, very powerful. Like, they had control of so many territories in Hindustan, so that's why um Jodha's dad ended up making an alliance with Jalal. So let me talk about episode 210 because that's the episode I want to talk about. Okay, so I'm literally fast forwarding because this is like in the hundreds now. So Jalal, right? He starts falling in love with Jodha. And I feel like Jodha too as well starts falling in love with Jalal. And there was a lot of hurdles in the way. There was a lot of people who did not want Jalal to fall in love with to fall in love with Jodha. So, Jalal's wet nurse slash, like, now he considers her to be a mother because the wet nurse Mahamanga took care of Jalal when he was a kid, when Jalal's biological mother was like handling political situations. So she was brainwashing Jalal against Jodha from the beginning, especially Jalal's first wife, Rukia Begum. And let me just say this. Jalal has a lot of wives in the show, okay? As you guys know, you know, the Mughals, they definitely practice polygamy. So I think they said that on the show that Jalal had over 5,000. Well, I think it was 5,000, but it was half of them were wives, half of them were maids, but they were all in Jalal's harem. So he married a lot of people. But the thing is, Jalal never fell in love with those women. He never fell in love with his wife, even the first wife, Rokia Begum, who was his childhood friend, his best friend, but he respected her, but he never loved her. So Jodha was like the first person to like really, really that Jalal really fell in love with. So okay, they start liking each other. They start falling in love. Jodha, right? Because Jalal's mother or foster mother is the one that's like you know brainwashing him against Jodha. Jodha starts seeing a guy, you know privately at the temple. But the thing is, what they don't know is that the guy that Jodha is seeing is actually Jodha's brother, right? The reason why she's seeing him privately is because Jodha's brother is a traitor to, the Mughal Empire, right? So Jodha is like, oh, if I tell Jalal or Shensha, that's how she calls him Shensha, which means Your Majesty. If I tell His Majesty that I'm seeing, my brother who is a traitor, he's gonna be mad at me. He's gonna throw my brother in jail. So let me just say nothing. Let me just say nothing. Let me just visit him privately and let me just go back and forth. The issue is Jalal's foster mother finds out, and the foster mother knows, mind you, the foster mother knows that that is Jodha's brother, right? But she puts, poisons Jalal's mind, saying that, oh, Jodha's seeing a stranger at night privately. She's not even telling you. Oh, this is not good for a queen. I understand. Like, because she's trying to say that, oh, I'm not accusing Jodha of cheating. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, she's a queen, and she's supposed to be telling her husband where she's going at all times, especially at night. She's not supposed to be going at night as a woman and as a queen. Jalal is just like, oh, you know, I don't wanna I don't wanna really accuse Jodha Begum of anything right now because it's like at the end of the day, Jodha Begum has done a lot for me. Because if you guys don't know, Jodha has done a lot for Jalal. Like she risked her life for Jalal a few times. There are times where Jalal wanted to accused her of some things and it turned out to be not true. So Jalal was really, 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 really being like, yo, I need to trust Jodha. Like I can't do this to her right now. But the thing is, Jalal starts, he starts drinking the Kool-Aid. He starts drinking the Kool-Aid. He starts thinking that because he's also following Jodha out the palace to see who she's gonna go, who she be visiting, and he stays seeing that it's this guy. But the thing is, Jalal has never seen like he's never seen Jodha's brother face to face. So he doesn't know that that's Jodha's brother. And on top of that, Jodha is not telling Jalal, like, first of all, she's not telling Jalal that she's going out at night and seeing this guy. She's not saying any of that. So he's kind of getting seeds of doubt. He's thinking like, damn, like this girl's really seeing a stranger. Like I'm confused. I don't want to accuse her of anything, but at the same time, this doesn't look good. It's my responsibility to know where she's going at all times. Da da da. Just to give you guys the rundown, Jalal. Okay, as far as like their personalities, Jalal is very entitled. I mean, then again, all kings were, but it's like Jalal's very entitled. He feels like he has all right over all of his wives. So, especially with Jodha, because especially since he starts falling in love with Jodha, so he feels like, damn, like anything and everything that she thinks supposed to do, da da da, she's supposed to come to me about it. And Jodha is just like, okay, yes, like, and here's the thing. The reason why Jodha is seeing her brother is like, though Jodha's brother is not like he doesn't like Jalal, but at the end of the day, because he loves his sister, so he wants to protect Jalal because he doesn't want his sister to be a widow, anything like that. So he's basically telling Jodha privately, like, hey, there's some people that are conspiring against your husband. They're conspiring against your husband, so you need to be careful. You need to try to figure out who it is because it's someone in the palace. So Jordan is literally trying to save Jalal's life yet again. And then now Jalal is just thinking that Jordan is having an affair with some random dude. All right, we fast forwarding, right? Jalal is getting frustrated with Jordan at this point. Fast forwarding to, before episode 210. Jalal is just frustrated with her. He feels like this girl's just lying to him. um he feels like Jodha is just like ruining the bond that they just started getting along. They just started liking each other. He's falling in love with her, and he feels like Jodha is not telling him the truth. So he's giving Jodha all kinds of attitude, just like making her jealous, all those different things. So it gets to the point where Mahamango, who's Jalal's foster mother, finally, it was like, okay, well, this is my moment. This is my moment to be like, yo, okay, sorry. Before I say that. So Jodha's brother it's like, you know what? Like, it's not good for Jodha to be always visiting me privately. Let me try to sneak in the palace, but disguised as like an Anouk. If you guys don't know what an Anouk is, an Anouk is a man who has been castrated and it is meant to take care of the women in the harem, right? Because they didn't want the eunuchs to, to touch or to have any sexual contact with the maid or the queens. So they castrated men, dressed them up as women. So they're there for to protect the women, but at the same time, like they want to make sure like they're not, you know, having any kind of physical contact with the women sexually or anything like that. So Jordan had rather dressed as an Anouk. He didn't do the castration, obviously. He dressed as an Anouk and he sneaks into the palace. The thing is, Jalal's foster mother knew this. She found out that that was Jodha's brother. But she's like, oh, let me just let it happen. Let me just pretend that I don't know that's Jodha's brother because I'm building it up to the point where Jalal finds out that like this stranger not only had Jodha sneaking out the house, but like now he sneaked into the palace to to have more of a relationship with Jodha. So I'm gonna just let it play out. I'm gonna just let it play out. Like Jalal's foster mother was like evil. Mahamanka was just evil. That's her name, Mahamanka. So he sneaks into the house. Da 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 da. Fast forward, right? Jalal's foster mother then tells Jalal, "Hey, the man that Jodha was seeing when she was sneaking out the house privately, do you know that he's in the palace now and he's dressed as an Anouk? You know, he's near Jodha, he's near your sister, he's near your other wives. This man had the audacity to enter your harem because nobody's supposed to enter the harem except for the emperor, except for the king." So Jalal is just like, wait, what? So then Mahamanga is like, oh, he's been here for so long. He was under your nose. He spent so many days and so many nights with Jodha, just putting disgusting seeds, seeds of doubt about Jodha to Jalal. So then Jalal is now saying, damn, Jodha really is having an affair behind, like she betrayed me behind my back. The brother goes to Jodha. Jodha doesn't even know that he's dressed as an Anouk. She doesn't even recognize him. But the brother is now saying, "Oh, I feel like, people are starting to suspect that like I'm really not like an Anouk. I'm like, I'm Jodha's brother or something, something." So he goes to Jodha. He finally announces himself to Jodha that he's her brother. And she's like, "Oh, brother, why would you do this? Why would you enter the palace? This is bad." And he's like, "Oh, I did this to like find out who's the person that's scheming against your husband, da 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 da." So Jalal is looking for the brother now. He's looking for the brother because he wants to kill him. Like he has the sword and all. He sends his guards out. It's a whole thing. So fast forward, they catch the brother, they arrest him, right? And this is where I get to the episode 210. Let me tell you guys something. Episode 210 was iconic. Do you guys hear me? This video is going to be called The Iconic-ness of episode 210 of Jodha Akbar. Do you guys hear me? That episode was so iconic, y'all, because the actor, I believe his name is Raja Tokas, the actor did the damn thing. He did his thing. Like, and the thing is, he's so quiet. Like, the thing is, the actor is so quiet in real life, but like when it comes to acting, like he pours his heart out. Like he did the damn thing. I'm sorry. He did the damn thing. So he's telling Jodha, "Oh, you betrayed me. You lied on you're a liar, you're a cheater, you know, you like cussing her out, honestly. That's what it is. He cussed Jodha out. Like he cussed her out. Like he called her out her name. He said that you're a disgrace to the Rajputs, you're a disgrace to your father, you're a disgrace to me, you're a disgrace to yourself, you're a disgrace to your whole community. He went in on her to the point where he put his hands on her. I'm not even gonna lie. Like he was pulling on her hair. He was pushing her. He was like, and then he asked her three questions, which like sort of like set it for him. But here's my thing though. Like I understand because there's some people because who watch the show who feel like Joda should have said something. She should have just told Jalal like no, like that's not my lover. That's my brother. Like that's not like what are you thinking? Because the reason why Jodha in the beginning when Jalal was yelling at her, Jodha thought that Jalal was mad that she no, Jodha thought that Jalal knew that that was her brother. She didn't think that Jalal thought that that was like a lover of hers. So she thought that oh he's mad because my brother dressed as an Anouk is coming into the coming into the harem, which is still a crime, yes. But I think that she was just like, oh, he's just gonna, yell at me and all that stuff and just like whatever. But then he's going in, and then he starts saying how you cheated on me with a stranger, and she's just like, wait, you think I cheated? But and then like I did notice that Jordan was trying to say like, oh no, that's not what you think, but Jalal wasn't hearing it. So Jalal asked the three questions at the end. He was like, listen, do you know this man? And then she was like, oh, I wanna tell you. And then he's like, no, just tell me. Do you know this man? And she's like, yes. He almost slaps her, y'all. Like Jalal in this episode was like really really wild. He was saying he was doing some wild stuff. He was like, how long have you known him? And she was like, oh, since childhood. And then he asked her the last question. He was like, do you love him? And she was like, girl, like she tried to say it. She tried to be like, yo, that's not a lover, that's my brother. And then he was like, no, it's a question. Do you love him? And she was just like, yes. And he started screaming. He, you know, started throwing the chairs around. He tells her, you know what, Jodha? At the end of the day, me and you, we hated each other in the beginning, but I started to fall in love with you, and you broke this bond, you broke this relationship, you ruined this, you ruined yourself, and like he just like insulted her morality and her chastity and questioned her chastity. So he kicked her out the house. He kicked her out the house. He said that first thing in the morning, pack your damn bags, pack your luggage, and leave my house. So y'all, for my ZT people who watch ZTV shows, you guys are not gonna understand until you watch that episode. Go to the Z5 app and watch the whole series, honestly, because so that you can get the full context. That's what I would say. But if you want to get to the point where it's like there's some tea, well, there's a lot of tea throughout the whole series, but it's like that particular storyline right there when that happened, it was so crazy. Now, I want to get to the obviously this is not like uh Jalal is going off on her, but I just want to people gonna ask, oh, well, Jodha was in the wrong or Jalal was in the wrong. Here's my thing. I feel even though in a way, I do feel like Jodha, Jodha was low key wrong because I feel like Jodha should have been like told like just tell Jalal so that people don't like try to question you or question your loyalty towards your husband. So obviously, yes, I would have told him. So she's low key wrong there. She should have said something from the beginning, but at the same time, y'all, I'm sorry. I mostly blame Jalal for what happened. Like I mostly feel like he's at fault too, because here's why. At the end of the day, we need to be honest. Jodha has risked her life for Jalal plenty of times before this whole incident. He has constantly had to prove her innocence to Jalal and to everybody in that palace. And it's like she's done so much for Jalal. Like she's drank poison to save Jalal's life. It's just like this woman has been put through so much, and for him to just like, and I get it, he was patient with her because he wanted her for her to come to him and say who she's seeing and privately, but I still feel like he should have been more patient. I'm sorry, like I have to be honest. It's like at the end of the day, this woman is like doing everything for you, and on top of that, she's a Rajput, so it's like in their culture, they believe that women aren't supposed to be like looking at other men. Not to say that they aren't cheaters, but I'm just saying like she Jodha held that in her soul. Like she doesn't play when it comes to disgracing her family. So for Jalal to like allow his foster mother to brainwash him like that, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And now Jodha left that house. I mean, she tried to go and see him again, but the foster mother stopped her. So it was a mess, y'all. It was a mess. Um, but yeah, that's the episode I wanted to talk about. It was a lot. Obviously, they did get back together again, but it took a while because Jodha wasn't gonna be like, no, you're just not gonna insult me like that and expect me to come back to you. Absolutely not. Like, no. So, but yeah, that's for future episodes. But tell what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you guys enjoy that episode? I know a lot of people are not going to enjoy that episode because it's just like they wanted Jodha and Jalal to be, to be good, and it's just like, unfortunately, this whole unfortunate situation happened, and it really really put a big strain in their relationship. But they did get back together, and they did reconcile after future episodes. But um but yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you guys love Jodha Akbar the series, the show, or did you guys enjoy the movie more? I enjoyed both. Like I love both of them, but yeah, Jalal do better. He's done better, but it's like Jalal do better. Anyway, please tell what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.